Hello students. So today we are going to revise aryl halides, beginning with the nomenclature of aryl halides. You can see here the examples of aryl halides, simple molecules in which halogen atom is attached to the benzene ring. It may be present along with the other substituents, and the substituents may be occupying any of the available positions, and by knowing those positions, by naming those positions, we can name them as you can see from here. Then we are to prepare aryl halides by means of various methods. The first method is nuclear halogenation. That's a straightforward method in which benzene, for example, in this case is to be halogenated, and I am going to do chlorination here, and the result is the formation of chlorobenzene. How do you do it? You do it in the presence of halogen carrier and the absence of sunlight, and you can prepare any aryl halide by this method, selecting the suitable halogen and the suitable conditions, and of course the suitable quantity of halogens will be producing either monoderivative or di-substituted derivative as well. In this case you can also prepare di-substituted derivatives, but the position occupied will be ortho and para. Therefore, overall this particular reaction has got a few drawbacks, as we had already seen, like only ortho and para isomers could be prepared and meta cannot be prepared, and aryl iodides are also a little bit difficult to prepare by this method, as the iodides are the reactions with iodides are reversible in nature. Similarly, we can also prepare side chain derivatives, but the conditions are going to be somewhat different. In the side chain derivatives, you have to take sunlight, and halogen carrier is to be avoided. And next method of preparation is the Sandmeyer's reaction, that is from diazonium salts in the presence of copper halide and the respective halogen acid, we obtain aryl halides. An improvement over this reaction is the Gettermann's reaction, in which you can replace the copper halide with the copper powder, and we can prepare aryl iodides by this method. Iodo compounds can be easily obtained, more easily obtained by simply treating them with by simply treating diazonium salts with Ki, and in this manner you can prepare aryl iodides. There is another specific method for the preparation of aryl fluorides, in which you take the fluoborate salt like this, heat it, and you obtain fluorobenzene by simple decomposition. You begin with, of course, aniline here, as with any other compound, because diazotization is to be done with NaNO2 and HCl, and the result is the formation of benzene diazonium chloride from here, which can be further treated. This reaction is known as Bols-Scheiman reaction. Next, properties of aryl halides. Properties of aryl halides are mainly of two kinds, although other reactions are also shown by them. They are nucleophilic substitution reactions as well as electrophilic substitution reactions. These are the main reactions of aryl halides. And nucleophilic substitution reactions in aryl halides, they are as an example, you can take substitution by OH group, and this substitution can be done, as you can see the conditions, at elevated temperature and pressure. If you treat, for example, chlorobenzene with NaOH, you obtain phenol here, and if you take ammonia in the presence of copper oxide, again at high temperature and pressure, you can obtain aniline. And another example we can take that of formation of aryl cyanide, in which you have taken here bromobenzene, again at high temperature pressure in the presence of catalyst you obtain cyanobenzene. What I mean to convey by this method is that by these reactions is that nucleophilic substitution reactions, if you compare them with alkyl halides, they take place with rather difficulty here in the case of aryl halides, and the reactions are also not that many, only a few reactions are possible with aryl halides. Why is that so? We are going to study. Then what, before doing that, we are going to see what is the effect of substituents on nucleophilic substitution reactions here. Electron withdrawing groups, they have got a strong effect on the reactions and they accelerate the reactions actually. For example, if you can compare these reactions, chlorobenzene, plain chlorobenzene, you have seen the reaction. With nitro group at para position, the reaction conditions, they become easier, as you can see from here. With 2 nitro groups, the reaction conditions are much easier. With 3 nitro groups, the reaction becomes so easy that it takes place only with warm water, which clearly shows that electron withdrawing groups, they have got a very important influence on nucleophilic substitution reactions, greatly facilitating these reactions. And electron releasing substituents likewise will be having opposite effect. Next is the electrophilic substitution reactions here, electrophilic aromatic substitution. These reactions are also shown by aryl halides, as they are shown by any compound which contains a benzene ring. You can see the examples here. You have got any aryl halide here. It can be halogenated, of course, at ortho and para positions. It can be sulfonated, it can be nitrated, it also can show you Friedel-Crafts reactions. But again, you must keep in mind that all these reactions, they again take place only slowly and under difficult conditions, because electrophilic substitution reactions are also deactivated in the case of aryl halides. As you must remember that halogens are ring deactivating groups, although they are definitely ortho and para directing, and you already know the reason for that. There are a few other reactions also, like the formation of Grignard reagents. There is a Woods-Fittig reaction, you can see, and there is Fittig reaction. Then there is Ullmann's synthesis, and you can see that here iodobenzene, it's an important reaction when heated with copper powder in a sealed tube yields diphenyl. So all these reactions are also shown by aryl halides, besides reduction and oxidation yielding these products. Now we focus on ourselves onto the low reactivity of aryl halides. Now why are aryl halides less reactive, especially when we compare them to alkyl halides, which are quite reactive? So in the case of aryl halides, taking the example of chlorobenzene, if I write the structure of chlorobenzene, then the resonating structures which can be written here, these are the 5 resonating structures for chlorobenzene, and you can see that in these structures there is a partial double bond character between C and Cl. Now this kind of resonance, mind you, is absent in the case of alkyl halides. It's not there. Besides that, this carbon which has got this chlorine atom, it's sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybrid bond is shorter, stouter, stronger, as I told you, and therefore it is rather difficult to break. This all is proven by the dipole moment data for aryl halides, and if we compare them with alkyl halides, you can see dipole moment for aryl halides is much less as compared to that for alkyl halides. This is because of the positive charge which was there in 3 of the resonating structures we had written, and also because of the S character, which is less, which is more in the case of aryl halides because of the sp2 hybridization, and therefore increased electronegativity is there. I hope you understand that, which makes this bond shorter, stronger, and less polar in the case of aryl halides, and therefore this is less willing to be broken down, and therefore this nucleophilic substitution in the case of aryl halides is quite difficult when we compare it with alkyl halides. Now the reactivity of aryl and vinyl halides are also, they can also be compared with alkyl halides along with those of allyl halides. This also you have to do. Remember, aryl halides, alkyl halides, vinyl halides and allyl halides. Alkyl halides, you know, they are very reactive because of the simple sp3 hybridization and the polarity of that bond, that is CX bond, which is quite polar and therefore very reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. In the case of vinyl halides, however, again resonance comes and this CCl bond here has got in a similar manner to aryl halides a double bond character and sp2 hybridization, and therefore it's rather stronger bond and is difficult to break. If we take the case of allyl halides, then allyl halides, they also show resonance, and because of resonance here, the carbocation which will be formed here, that is stabilized and that will be favoring the nucleophilic substitution reaction, and therefore allyl halides will be more reactive. So, if we compare the reactivity order, then depending upon the conditions, allyl halides may or may not be more reactive than alkyl halides, but definitely both allyl and alkyl halides are more reactive than aryl or vinyl halides. Now you clearly understand the reason for all of this, and in the next video we will be talking about the mechanism of nucleophilic aromatic substitution in the case of aryl halides, and the two kinds of mechanisms, addition elimination and elimination addition mechanisms, I'll be revising in the next video.